March 31st, 2022, Thursday. The Bible portion is Psalm 95, verse 7. For He is our God, and we are the people of His pasture. This psalm or song is very important. We can divide this into three parts. First, from verse 1 to 2, we find praise of the Lord. Secondly, verse 3 to 7, there is power of the Lord. And thirdly, from verses 8 to 11, punishment of the Lord. In the first part, we are exhorted to praise God and also come before His presence with thanksgiving. If we praise someone, this gesture always brings pleasure to him or her. When we praise our God, we are making Him happy or bringing pleasure to His heart. There was a time in our life we did not give pleasure to God by our thoughts, words, and deeds. What happened in our life that this change came? Since the time we were made sheep of His pasture, sheep of His pasture are those who hear Him. In John 10 and verse 3, sheep hear His voice. Again, in John 10 verse 4, the sheep follow Him, for they know His voice. When we hear Him, this pleases Him. Such sheep are honored to be called the sheep or people of His pasture. We see God's power in His creation, and therefore He possesses everything. God said, "Silver is mine, and the gold is mine." Haggai 2 verse 8. Because we are people of His pasture, we have privilege to be partners of all that belongs to God. His divine nature, His holiness, His goodness, His faithfulness, His heaven, His glory, His wisdom, His riches, and so on. Everything what God owns becomes the possession of His people. So, in the third part, there is a warning that if we hear His voice, let us not harden our hearts. We are reminded those who hardened or disobeyed entered not into His rest. Never forget, He is our God, and we are the people of His pasture. We are given the responsibility to praise and thank Him, and thereby give pleasure to the heart of the Lord.